Hello, how are you? It's Ching. So again, it's Qigong and Taiji Chuan day. And the last lesson I uploaded, we learned the very first three movement for the classical Yang style Taiji Chuan. We're gonna add a little more to it. We're gonna add the most popular four movement and the most repeated movement in the classical Yang style Taiji Chuan is called Peng, Lü, Ji, An. Of course, that's Chinese. So translate English is ward off. Peng is ward off. Lü, roll back. Okay, press, and sometimes people translate into push, and it should be settle the wrist. So I'm gonna go right to it. I'm gonna start from the beginning, from the last week, three first movement. I'm gonna add on 2 days, 5 movement, which is Peng Li Jian 4 movement plus single whip, Dan Bian. So we're gonna put that together. Then I break it down for you. Okay, so you can see first, right? Like you hear the music and you say, I would like to play the guitar because it sounds so good. So you start learning we break down the bass. Okay, so you ready? And I will put the end swing on to show you some of the theory, which I don't want to talk anymore. And hopefully you know, if not, look at the end swing, okay, with the 8 basic stance. And the basic 3 things you have to know when you're doing practice Taiji Chuan, which is lost. It's gone. We don't like anything gone. I'm Chinese, so Dr. Yang, my mentor, is always, we talk about how to preserve the culture properly. So the basic thing when you do this, I always love to use reverse abdominal breathing. Will charge your mind more. And spine movement. So, right, cerebral spinal fluid. So that will be your fountain of the youth. And rooting, right? If you don't root, you can grow. And rooting feels really good. So ready, nice and tall. So you have this 5 checkpoint that you kind of play with. Your head suspend from above. No forward head, because too much forward head is start creating double chin because it's overly stretched. And this back is overly tight. So bring in, okay? There's more to it. You can always check. You want to know more about neck health, all this stuff. I usually upload stuff on Tuesday morning with the injury-free exercise, which is purposeful Pilates. Teach you how to strengthen the neck, put your head in the right place. But Taiji Chuan will really say, Qigong Taiji will say, your head suspend from above, no forward head, okay? I got that correction from Dr. Yang too. Even I know I should not have, and I sometimes just go for, and it's hard because our eyes in front, so get really curious all the time, okay? So here we go. Nice and tall, suspend your head from above. Ready, inhale, reverse abdominal breathing. And bend my knee, get it ready. Slowly peel the left foot off, articulate foot off. I'm using my right leg to lower that left foot down. Find yourself, so your legs are a little wider than your shoulder. You feel really comfortable, nice and tall. Still 5 checkpoint from your feet all the way up. Next, reverse downward breathing, inhale. Exhale, bend my knee to the horse stance and prepare my arm to the girdle belt position. So this whole thing is called Wuji, no extremity. Beginning of the Taiji, inhale, pelvic floor tummy in. I lead in with the wrist, almost shoulder high. I'm going to soften the elbow, rotate the forearm, and comes down. Continue transfer weight to the left. So the right leg's free to rotate. Remember this, we're going to grass sparrow tails right. So my position is it's arrow stance. Continue moving, transfer your weight. A little kick. The right hand right in front of the cheek. Yep, pivoting, going to the grass sparrow tails left. Okay, here's a new movement start. You prepare Peng. That movement is called Peng. I will explain later. You turn around. You do ward off. Shift your weight to Silio Bu. And roll back. Inhale. Exhale, press. Inhale again, 四六步. Let's call a rocking set and settle the wrists. Finish up with 单边, which is single whip. And exhale here. And ready, step, pivot, finish in the arrow stance. So that's your single whip. You emit down. Okay, so that's what we're going to put it together and learn new things. There are new things and put together with the first three movements all together. I will break it down now. Okay, so right here. So let's talk about the beginning one more time, and that's it. Now we just focus on the new part. So ready, nice and tall. Ready, inhale, reverse it down the breathing. Exhale, you bend your knee. Inhale, peel this foot off. Exhale, softly take to the side. Hands. And inhale one more time. Get that spine ready. Exhale, seriously, right? And focus into the Wuji position. No extremity. Beginning of a Taiji, inhale, pelvic floor, tummy. You're leading with the wrist. Almost shoulder high. You pronate the form. So you rotate a little bit, comes down. As soon as you come down to the girdle belt position, you transfer weight. So you have most of your weight here. The right leg's freely pivot. We're going to transfer, pivot again into the arrow stance. And this hand right here, remember you strike, but we're not going to strike. So it's about self-defense. So this grass, sparrow tails, right. 右揽雀尾. So now transfer the weight, continue. I'm step back to my right shoulder, not over there, here. So now I'm ready. So ready, gonna shift weight to 4-6 stance, pivot through the horse stance and keep pivoting. This is 左揽雀尾. So grass, sparrow tails, left. This is all we learned last week. Here's the new part. Every time you do this, you're gonna see, I'm gonna say pong. Pong it's a beautiful Chinese character. So you're making a moon and the spine. So pong is this way. So it's more kind of going to the 四六步, 4-6 stance, 60%, 40%. So I'm receiving, I root it down, then I can emit. Okay? So whatever people say, not so, or even some people give you corrections, and they're really kind to give you correction. If they slander you, you block it off because you don't need to hear that. You don't need to remember. But somebody teach you how to make better, you're going to open to that. So right here, it's like I receive, and I'm making a change, right? I receive to make myself stronger, understand the first, why, and moving out. You do that same thing when you learn. If you made a mistake yourself, you go, oh no, what did I do? Then you go, okay, right? Sometimes you have to fix it right away. You fix it right away. Now what happened? You learn something new. So Taiji Chuan is huge metaphor about how you deal with your life. Okay, so here we go. This is 左揽雀尾. I'm going to speak Chinese and English both. So here we go. So you go grass, sparrow tails, left. Right, here's pong. I hollow my tummy, right? So I'm receiving. I'll go to 四六步. So pong. From here, pong. I'm going to rotate these arms right here. I pong, right? I create a moon right here, nice and round. So from here, pong. One more time. You can see that spiral movement. And just practice this. Feels really good. Okay, so pong, get ready. So I transfer weight here. Step in. You're going to kick and hit. Okay, so this is a little transition to go the other side. So here, I'm going to step back. So my right leg step back is going to line up my left shoulder. So when you step down, you ready? Transfer the weight, pivot. And going to ward off. Okay, ward off is somebody grab your hands. You go like this, you grab their hands. They grab you, you grab them. Okay, so what would you want, right? Then you get yourself out, okay? You get yourself out and you can slide in because you're holding them now. Hopefully they're not as smart as you are, right? They don't get out. So you grab hold, you go in, and you can emit, okay? So that's the ward off. So I mean, you ward off the attack. So that becomes self-defense. So when you come here, you right here and go, okay? So this is often protect yourself. Okay, so one more time from here. So this is grass sparrow tails left. Pong. Okay, so again, spiral. It feels so good. And pong, kick and hit. Step to my left shoulder. Put your heel down, stop pivot, and up. So that's ward off. Can you see right here? All spiral. Lu, we'll call it roll back. So now you grab hold, take them to the floor, okay? So here we go. And right here, you let go of this hand because they start running back. You let it go. But we're gonna get ready to push. Sorry, it's kind of fighting, but if I don't explain it, you will say, what is all this meaning, right? So from here, I get myself ready. So there's so much spiral we're talking about. And then you push. So here, right? If I just push, I'm not as strong if I've got two hands, okay? So right here, you press. So this, the heel palm, kind of to the wrist, so it's strong. Okay, so right here, press out. You brush, okay? Since you're here, it might grab you. You brush his hands off you. You sink back. So it's called rocking set again. And you settle the wrist. So sometimes people say that's a push, right? So if I do fast, no. So from here comes in. Then I push softly. I settle the wrist. Let's do Peng Yu Jian again. So ready? Here go. Grass sparrow tails left. Pong. Get ready. And turn. Pong. Shift to Liu Bu 4-6 stand. Lu. Ward off and roll back. And the Ji. Press. And on. Settle the wrist. I'm going to do that again. It's not easy. But this movement, Peng Lu Ji An, happened 8 times throughout the 3 parts. So the first part will kind of introduce a lot of basic movement and basic foot transition. And so you can use it again. Okay, so there is a system. From that system, you have little variations. So that's why this had to be there. Can you see how easy to run now? You just, everybody, I'm going for a walk, okay. But they not even walk properly. They go, I'm going for a walk, right? So I'm not making fun of you, but it's just like, sometimes it's like, it's so hard to bring the truth in about exercise. And we hang on to the simple form, right? We want everything simplified. And well, life is not simple, you already know that. So here we go. Here's, this is the grass sparrow tails left. And Pong. Come right in. This is called ward off. Shift your weight back. Here's a Liu Bu. And I'm going to do little spiral. So Dr. Young's try to teach us. So every tradition, there's the Yang style tradition, Wu style, Chen style. There has like a slight signature in there from the movement. So this is a little signature. Because the Yang style, the deep, they call it back door, the indoor, whatever, the really good disciple, the teacher would teach them more. They gave them the trick. The trick is spiral. As I give it to all of you because I can't see you, but I want to stay true to it because that's more powerful. So I'm get ready. So right? So same thing, even you boxing, you don't really box like this. You go like this, right? There's a rotation. And same thing, the whip. anything you do, right? Stirring the soup, there's a spiral movement, and there's a push. Things are different, and put it all together. So when you do the roll back here, you comes down, you got to take him down, he's running back. So you ready? Yes, you run back, I'll give a little push, maybe you might lose your footing. So from here, I get ready. Build out even more power. Then we do the press. And he grabs you, you brush the hands off you, you shift your weight back to silbo again, and settle the wrists. Okay? So you push forward. So if I do really fast, whoosh, comes in, push, push. Okay? But don't do fast, because it's not, it just show you, I'm doing that so you can show you it's a martial art. But we use it for health and the mental health and the confidence, all this stuff, and strong body. Okay, so I just came into here, drop the elbow, and I bring it down. Okay, thinking down, don't bring it to you, right? You bring to the floor, and you get ready, and you push, and wipe the hands off you, and settle the wrists. So that's settle wrist. You never send yourself in, okay? So arrow stance, 4-6 stance, arrow stance. Remember, that's the rocking set I taught you earlier in the 8 basic stance. The arrow and rocking we use so much, especially with the Pengjian, okay? So here we go. Let's go from the first 3 movements to this 4. So we're gonna go right to the horse stance here. Okay, we're going to the Uji position. Inhale, pelvic floor, tummy leading the wrist up. Exhale. Inhale again, pong. So you're around and around the spine. Pong. Right, remember that? Exhale. Grass sparrow tails. Right. So you line chair way. In, transfer weight, step to the right, and draw line, chair way, grass sparrow, tails left. Ready, pong the spiral, constant spiral. Turn is the ward off. Roll back, lu, deep press, settle the wrist, and, okay, on, softly. Here we go. Last movement for today. Single whip. See how many spirals? That's why it's so hard. So you go, right? That's kind of whip. So the whip goes out, whip doesn't, whip is not nunchuck. Even nunchuck still spiral too. And goes, right? So here you go. So this, my right arm, follow the body, create a spiral. And spiral is so hard. From the leg to pelvic, manifesting to the arm. So once you're here, I single whip, one arm, single whip, and turn the body right away. So I go, and here. You see that? One more time. And here. Bring your toe in. So you face nose again. So you just finish, settle the wrist, and here. Go, you don't have to go down more. This is fine right here. So you grab somebody, you pull them here. They don't want to go there. They run back, and you follow them. Right here, inhale. And exhale, there's another opponent here, and goes into. Guess what? Arrow stance again. And then you go. Every time you have a chance to send your hands out, we don't do this. There's no power, right? Unless you have a long fingernail, whatever, or X-Men, right? But it's this. So when you go at the end, you just settle the wrist a little bit. The power comes from here, with Lao Gong point. So we're gonna leading and settle the wrist a little bit. Very tiny. So everything is kind of disguised. Disguise looks very harmless, right? So, but the mind is there. So that's why Taiji Chuan will call it the fist of the mind. Your mind and body constant, totally coordinate together. It's the hardest exercise out there. And that's why you will see it made it very simple, to just, so we forgot, but it's still good, I'm not making fun of you. If you've been doing Taiji Chuan, look like you're just feeling the air and going, you forgot to reverse down the breathing or never taught. And rooting all the goodies, right? You go to birthday party, whatever, they'll always give you a goodie bag, goodie bag. You can't wait to see the goodie bag. There's nothing I want. So don't lose the good part. Okay, you ready? We're going to do the whole thing. Start from the Uji position. You know how to prepare already. Engage your abdominal, hands out. Inhale, pelvic floor, tummy leading with the wrist. Remember, like the mist above the water. Exhale, so beginning of Taiji. Taiji qu shi. Transfer the weight. Grass, sparrow tails, right. Yu lan que wei. Transition here, go do. So transition into grass, sparrow tails, left. Zhuo lan que wei. And preparation for the next 4 movement. And pivot, ward off, pong, roll back, lu, press, ji, settle the wrist, an. Single whip, remember bring that toes back, you face the north side now, and follow. So this is poking, okay, it's like 3 finger, thumb and 2 finger. Then here you go, inhale, tummy in. And exhale, you emit out again, settle the wrist at the end. So you go, hold. So if I do fast, right, goes right into, but don't, I'm just doing that to show you what kind of about. You ready? One more time. Then you just repeat watching the video because it is not easy. Pick up all the details. Okay, so ready? Inhale, pelvic floor, tummy in, leading the wrist. Exhale. Transfer the weight. Inhale, tummy in. Exhale, right, you focus already there. Grasp sparrow tails right. Yu lan que wei. Kick step. Pivot. Grasp sparrow tails left. Zhuo lan que wei. And get ready. Connect into pong, ward off, roll back, lu, little circle of the pelvic too, and the press, and settle the wrist. Single whip, and follow. Here go. Got another opponent here. Finish. Okay, so right here. So that's, we learned pong, lu, ji, an. It only happened once in the first set, twice, second set, 5 times on the third part. The third part, there are 3 parts. So I'm going to do one more time from the very beginning to the single whip. Then what you're going to do is keep watching the video over and over. So otherwise, I can repeat 100 times, but it's really hard to go through the film so much. So it's the same movement, and you learn. And next week, we're going to add a little more. Then we're going to clean up a little more, then add a little more. So once we have more, we break it down again. We'll go through the detail again. Let's go from the beginning again, total beginning. 5 checkpoint. Prepare. Calm your mind. Ready? Inhale, pelvic floor, tummy. Exhale. Slowly pick this leg up and goes out. Good job. You ready? Inhale. Exhale. Bring yourself into that Uji position. No extreme in beginning. Or you can stay here. You can do meditation here too. Okay. So inhale, Taiji 起势, beginning of the Taiji. Constant moving, so transfer. Going to Yu line 雀尾, grasp sparrow tail right. Transfer. Connect into the grass sparrow tail's left. 着line 雀尾. Continue, prepare into Pong, ward off, Lü, roll back, stay 四六步 and 急 arrow stance, 四六步 again, and on, no shoulder, okay, single whip, inhale, exhale, inhale again, tummy in, prepare, exhale, pivot into the arrow stance, don't lock the back knee, still a little soft, settle the wrists. Okay, you have 8 movements. There are 22 movements. You have 8 already. Keep practicing, so next week we can add a little more. And like I said, this is really hard, the changing directions, 3 dimension. Lots of new things, moving the spine, spiral breathing. So hard, but once you get it, once you, it take 20 years to become proficient with Taiji Chuan. And because you keep going deeper and deeper, it's like I say, all the classical music too, I keep playing, you get better. I love how Yo-Yo Ma talk about his cello playing. Every time he plays, it's like the first time. So you want to keep that freshness, right? If you lose the interest, you lose the detail, and things are gone, right? So some people, your grandmother's apple pie, right? Or my mama's Chinese dumplings, right? It takes a long time to make that dumplings, you know, and we like it. We don't want it. We don't want to change. We want the really beautiful, you know, tangy doughs and the fillings perfect, all this stuff, the pinching, how to it, and there's a lot of detail, but always fresh. Every time you do something, it feels like the first time. What do I learn from this time, right? How did I get something out of it? Did I put everything together? Be curious the right way. Okay, so that's it for today, and happy practice. Take care. See you next week.